Okay, my loves. Okay, my loves. I am back. I had to have a bathroom break. Oh my goodness. Y'all almost had me peeing on myself. Trying to talk to y'all. Anywho, spiritually savage here. And so this will be the part of the video where I say, be easy on yourself. Because even though we wanted to move and recognize this is from my own experience. This is from my own experience. So if you resonate with it, take heed, okay? From September up until now, and it probably, I'm just going to say September because that was the last month that I worked, but it was prior to that. But we're just going to say September just to keep it simple. So I was told to sit still. Like, you need to sit still. You need to sit still. You need to sit still. And I sat still. First time I thought I was sitting still when I wouldn't work as much. Nope, that wasn't it. Car got gone. Then I thought because I went, I love to travel. I travel the world. I travel the states. I would have probably been already moved by now, right? Because I love to travel and I don't like to sit in one spot too, I like adventure, put it that way. No funds. So, gotta sit still, right? Then the person who I thought was my sister girl, I didn't know she was energetically screwing me. I wanted to say the other word, but I'm going to say screwing me. I'm pulling my curls apart. Um, she, so, she, you know, she had an issue and I had given her some money. And so when money ran low, and I think unemployment may have ended or hadn't kicked in, something like that, she gave me what I gave her and $100 extra, which came right on time. And me thinking she's my sister girl, thinking she helping me out and all this stuff. No, honey, she was stealing, trying to steal my whole inheritance. That's a whole nother story. But I thought I was sitting still then. Nope. I thought when I found out who she was and I stopped going over to her house, which meant that I was literally in this room, and I went to the grocery store and back. When I had a car for that little stint, I went from the grocery store to the house and to a park to walk or to the mountain. That's it. I didn't do anything else, right? I haven't done anything else. I've been celibate going on 4 some odd years, right? Yeah, 3. It don't even matter. I'm celibate for a long time, okay? So I literally have been sitting still. That still wasn't enough. And mind you, this whole time, I'm still like, okay, God, I'm sitting still. Wasn't sitting still. When when my laptop went gone, y'all, I still had my phone. And I thought I was sitting still. When the phone went gone too, y'all, and I had nothing but me. I didn't have no coloring books. I didn't have no yarn to crochet. I didn't have no journals. I was borrowing pens from everybody in the house left and right just to write in old journals that I had. Bare minimum, like literally. Ain't no figuratively, and I'm not saying literally in the sense like everybody's saying it, don't be literal. No, this is very literal. Told y'all I was walking around smelling like a man because I was using my nephew's soap, using people toothpaste, not toothbrushes because I have my own. That's just disgusting. But toothpaste. So it was crazy when that still wasn't enough. So I'm like, this whole time from September up until my electronics went, and I didn't have no other distractions, I didn't understand that that's what sitting still meant. Okay? The whole time I thought because I cut down on what I was doing that I was sitting still. That was not the case. So let me save y'all, what's that, 19, 20, 21, 22. Let me save y'all 3 years. Sit down somewhere. I don't care if you can do it, but for 3 days. Maybe you can't even do it for 3 days. Maybe you need 1 day. And when I say sit down, I mean sit down. Do nothing. It's very hard. I was forced to do it, When you don't listen to God and your ancestors and the people who are guiding you, the spirits that are guiding you, listen, there's a proverbial brick wall that God will place in front of you. Okay? And when you hit it, only He can get you up. Only she can get you up. Only they can get you up. Okay? Only the Most High can pick you up. Right? So don't let that be you. Let this be a message for you, because if you don't listen, as you continue, listen, you're down here to learn life lessons. If you've been repeating a lesson on and on and on and on, it's because you haven't learned it yet. And you're going to keep repeating it until you learn it. And the many a times that you have to repeat it, the consequences get worse. You hear what I'm saying? Example, if you're not supposed to be doing something, the first time God send you a warning, the universe send you a warning, your ancestors send you a warning, your spiritual guides send you a warning, it may just be a commercial that you hear or a song you hear and you like, oh, well, dang, I was just thinking about that. But you don't listen. You go back to your lower mind. They be trying to talk you out of doing stuff. Okay? But if you don't do it, the consequences get more severe. So say again, you didn't take heed to that commercial. Next thing may be a car accident. Not wishing that on nobody. I don't know your circumstances. I don't know y'all situations. That's the first thing that just came to my mind. So please don't take it personal. It could be that because you didn't listen the first time. There's nothing that happens in our life that happens by accident. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. There is nothing that happens in our life that is by accident. I don't care how accidental it may seem. And it's not by luck either. It was designed that way. It was designed that way. Yes, even the bad stuff too. I got 300 and something videos and probably a whole nother 1,000 to talk about the bad stuff that happened to me. So yes, it doesn't matter. Let me rephrase that. My hurt is my hurt. Your hurt is your hurt. It doesn't matter what happened to you. It doesn't matter what happened to me because it's still hurt. It's still going to the same category. What hurt me may not hurt you. What hurt you may not hurt me. So you must heal it, though, in order for you to move forward. They're talking about ascension, and ascension is just basically a higher consciousness. A higher consciousness. The people around me have been trying to keep me down with their consciousness. They wanted to keep me low vibing. But I've always been high vibing. Always have. But when black magic entered the mix, woo, buddy. Now that's a whole nother story, y'all. Now that's a story that I will tell. But it ain't right now because it's still some other stuff. That story, like, I'm not going to say it's gossip because I'm sure there's a message. There's always a lesson in my confession. That's my phrase. I'm coining it. Don't nobody take it. I'm telling you right now, I don't care if I don't have it documented or whatever you call it. It's mine. Y'all some scavengers. Anyhow, that was low vibing. That was. Whew. You got to give yourself some time. It took me 3 years to recognize, understand, and overstand, along with a whole lot of other things, what sit still actually means. Doing just what you need to do, basically. God wants you sitting to yourself. Your ancestors need you quiet, with a conscious mind, a clean body, an open heart. Okay? That's the only way you're going to become emotionally stable. I was unstable emotionally. And I know in our culture, I'm speaking to my folks right now, if you resonate, then you resonate. But I know specifically in my culture is that, well, I just forgot what I was going to say, but I'm going to remember it because they don't want me to say nothing. Okay, let me see what I was talking about. Oh, I don't like this Mercury retrograde. I really, really don't. It is messing with me. What was I saying? I do not want to have to pause this video to go back to see what I was saying, because y'all know I don't have the electronics to go ahead and edit and do all that stuff. I can't even remember. That kind of sucks. Don't worry. I'm going to get the thought out. Even if it ain't in this video, I'm going to get it out. Because I'm going to go back after I end it. I just don't want to end it right now. Anywho, sit down, okay? Don't hit the wall. That means don't be out there. Listen, I'm telling you what I had to go through. I'm giving y'all a cheat sheet right now. 12 minutes in, 12:44 actually. So I'm telling y'all this is the cheat sheet. You can be hard-headed if you want to, and it's going to take you just twice as long to do it. Had I sat down in September, I'd probably already be where I want to be at right now. And I'm not saying that as judgment against myself. I'm telling y'all that so y'all can see by example, because I know my process. That's how my process has always been, because it's how my brain works. There are things that need to click and understand and understand and overstand before I do anything. Like, seriously, it really does be that way. And I thought I was sitting still the entire time. That's the thing. It wasn't like I was trying to fake out God, because that would have meant I'm trying to fake out myself. No, each time I was like, okay, well, I ain't going out to eat, blah, 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 blah. And I thought, okay, that's sitting still. No. Sitting still means nothing. Lay in the bed and do nothing. Don't watch TV. Don't listen to music. Don't pick up your phone. Don't play a game. Don't play a board game. Sit with yourself. Not saying, like, literally isolate yourself if you can. And if you can't do it for a whole day, do it for whatever time your lifestyle allows you. So if you have a hectic lifestyle and a busy lifestyle, and you normally can't even get an hour or two to yourself, dedicate an hour or two to yourself. Or 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do an hour, then do 30 minutes. Do what you can, even if it doesn't seem like it's worth it. It will be. Every little bit helps. Every little bit erases your old pattern of behavior and replaces it with a new pattern of behavior that will allow you to achieve your dreams and your goals. Okay? Literally. You have to change your pattern of behavior. You have to change the victim mentality. You have to change the lack and poor mentality. It's because of how we were raised. It's because of how you were conditioned. And I'm talking about depending from the womb to school to the grocery stores to the government to advertisement to TV shows and movies, all of that. You were programmed that way. I'm telling you what I know. I wouldn't tell you no lie. I'm telling you what I experienced. I'm telling you what I witnessed. I'm telling you what I discovered. I'm telling you what I just happened upon, okay? Listen. You are not who you think you are. And I said that in a couple of my earlier videos. But now it's a deeper understanding of what I was actually saying. I understood it back then, but now it's another layer to that. So if you're at the beginning of your journey, might you take a gander at some of my earlier videos, because I was where you once was. Now, I still have healing to do, as evident as the conversation I had with myself. And that's okay, because I'm on this healing journey. It is a marathon. It is not a sprint. And this whole time that I began it, I've been treating it like a sprint. And I'm talking about the time that I was aware, when my awareness was kicked up. And I was treating spirituality like a sprint, something to get over, something to get to the end, not get over, but get to the end of. And basically, I wanted to get to the end of what I considered to be pain, to get to the end of what I considered to be just not my life, to get to the end of me living with my sister, to get to the end of me not having my autonomy and not being able to take care of myself financially. I wanted to get to the end of that. But why? Why do we always want to get to the end of something? 9 times out of 10, the ones that we want to get to the end of are the ones that are uncomfortable. And I say that specifically because when I sit down and how I look at it now when something happens, instead of me responding emotionally about it, I actually think about it. And if an emotion arises, it's up to me to decide and label that emotion. And because I've been doing the work on myself, everything doesn't come up as anger, which is what it used to. So if you're always popping off, if you always got to tell somebody, if you always got to say how you feel, and I'm going to say it that way, and trust me, this is no judgment, because I am you. I always felt like I needed to say it then and there. Let me get it off my chest now. But that's not always the best route, because depending on your emotional state, your delivery, not you per se, your delivery may come across and inflame the situation instead of putting it out, okay? And that's something I had to learn in my 40s on this journey. In the past 3 years, I learned that. I'm telling you. Listen, I'm telling you what I know. You got to sit still. That means no distractions. And each time you sit still, it'll get easier. This is not something you just do one time. This is something you have to do. Watch my videos. Y'all see the journey? I was unaware. I was unaware of what sitting still meant. in our society, and I'm talking about the American culture, the American society, because everybody else around the world that I have visited know how to take siestas and breaks and, 3-month long vacations and stuff like that. But in our Americanized society, it's work, 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 right? So sitting still, we rarely do it even when we go on vacation. We may do it by sitting on the beach, but we're not actually sitting still because we're reading a book, we drinking, whatever the case may be. Sitting still means absolutely doing nothing. And I did have a person tell me that. I will say that. I did have a person tell me that. And I just didn't do that. I thought I was, though. Each step of the way, I thought I was. But you got to do it for yourself. I'm just giving you a cheat sheet. You're going to experience it however you're going to experience it. But know what I'm telling you. If things are going haywire in your life, this is when you know you're on your spiritual journey. When God is trying to get your attention. When your ancestors are knocking on your head and you ain't paying no attention. And it's not because you don't want to. It's because you are unaware. We were not bred and raised and reared to be in tune with spirituality, with our spiritual side. But we are definitely spiritual beings having a human experience. So do you know who you are spiritually? I know who you think you are. That's when people say that. When they say that, I know who you think you are. And they basically talking about when you look in the mirror, who you think you are. That's what they're saying, because you have to know yourself spiritually. Going to church is not spiritual. It's not. It's not spiritual, and I'm not arguing. It's not spiritual at all. Actually, religion, organized religion, is the opposite of spirituality. It's the complete opposite of spirituality, in a sense. Don't get me wrong. Religion did teach me a few things, but religion is not the end all to be all. Actually, religion is a box. And in order to see the other side, you gotta be mentally strong to break out of that box. Okay? But when you sit still, you are literally doing nothing. You're laying on the bed. You can be outside, sitting on the patio. You could be working out. Meditation is not just, sitting with your eyes closed. When you work out, you are meditating. When you are cooking, you are meditating. That's why it's a form of magic. When you are cleaning, that's one of my favorite pastimes. You are meditating. So now is the time to be mindful about your thoughts. Your thoughts are not yours. That sounds crazy, so let me explain it. The negative thoughts that you have in your head are being projected onto you energetically. So even though when I say they're not your thoughts, you're like, but I'm thinking them. That's what's going on in your head. You're like, but they're my thoughts now. I'm thinking them. No, your body is an energetic ball. Someone can energetically kill you. Someone can energetically make you sick. And someone can energetically make you want to kill yourself. And someone can energetically feed you bad thoughts. Think about it. Why would you feel ill will towards yourself? Why? Why would you have negative thoughts about yourself? That's because there's something driving it, okay? Something driving it. Something driving those thoughts. That's why you got to pay attention to your thoughts. And when you pay attention to your thoughts, you correct that language in your head. So anything negative that comes up, start reparenting yourself by going over that programming. So if you're the type of person that struggled with your weight like I did, I didn't have no issues, with people saying things, but this is just an example. Because when I was big, I dressed to the nines, and when I was slim, and now I dress to the nines, so it didn't bother me. It made me uncomfortable. Like, I wasn't satisfied with being big. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't satisfied because I felt the difference, but I was comfortable in my own skin to accept myself as I was. But say you grew up in a household where they talked about your weight or whatever, right? And they made you feel self-conscious about it. And I forgot what I was going to say. This that Mercury retrograde, and I'm over it. I am over it right now. I don't know what y'all going to get from these videos. I really don't. I hope you get something. If you don't get anything else, remember to sit still, okay? And this may be my last video until the retrograde is over. I may have to Google it and see when it is, because I don't even care, though. I really don't. Because this is me in real life. All my videos are me in real life. But now it's just, I don't know. And I think I've talked to y'all with a Mercury retrograde before. I don't know what is going on. What is going zones right now? Sit still, y'all. And work at it gradually. You see, I had to work at it gradually over a 3-year period of time. Don't let that be you. Don't let that be you. Don't let God have to take things away for you to actually understand, overstand, and understand what he mean by sit still. Sit down somewhere. Sit down. Y'all know y'all had a grandmother or a mud dear or however you called your nana. Sit down. Especially from the South. Sit down. They ain't say sit down. Sit down. Sit down. They didn't say that. They said sit down. So from them to me to you, sit down. Somebody grandma is saying that. It's not mine because they already told me and I've been sitting down. Like, I sit down now. Absolutely doing nothing. I still watch a few videos here and there. I don't watch too much tarot. Actually, I don't watch it at all. I skim the highlights. Like, I like to read the titles to see what's going on, but pretty much I know. But I'm more comfortable with me and my own decision making and the power with the God in me. And the fact that I am never alone and that I am divinely and highly protected and guided. So that brings peace that no one can take from me. Nothing material can take that type of peace from me. I could be walking barefoot in the street and my clothes are tattered and ratty, and I will still have my peace. I still want a hot bath and all that stuff and want to be like, my teeth is gritty. Take your shirt and, make do. But my peace of mind, y'all, and my peace comes from God. That's the only way I'm able to sit here and talk to y'all and smile and still be happy and genuinely happy and genuinely smiling. And this has been me my entire life. Even me doing my hair like this. So if you know me and you watch my channel, this ain't nothing new. But if you don't know me, this may seem strange to you, but it's not. It's very therapeutic. This is how I think. My eyes be closed and I play in my hair, basically, is what I'm doing. I call it doing it, but I'm playing in my own hair. Yeah, so it took me 3 years to sit down to learn. It took me 3 years to learn how to sit down. Maybe that's gonna be the title of this video. I don't know, because if y'all don't know how to, ain't nobody Googling how to sit down, because everybody probably assumed they know how to do it just like I did. I thought I knew how to do it. But whenever you come across this video, all my videos are timeless. They really are timeless. So it doesn't matter when you're watching this video. All of them are timeless because it's just talking about life and the lessons that I have learned. So hopefully you don't have to repeat them. The same thing our parents tried to tell us. But sometimes you need to hear it from someone other than your parent, because sometimes our parents have their own agendas. And you need to know that, not just on the outwards, not just with your avatar, but spiritually too. And that's a whole nother ball game. But if you can grasp the concept that sometimes parent spirits are not evenly yoked with their children, you'll understand the concept of as above, so below. And that's what I'm understanding nowadays, that everybody that look like you ain't like you. And I ain't even talking about the color of your skin. That is so irrelevant and beyond right now. That's just another tactic for them to keep us separated. But I know better. It's so much bigger than color. It really is so much bigger than zip codes, area codes. It's so much bigger than that. It's so much bigger than that. But everybody that look like you, everybody that look human ain't human. Not at all. There's demons that walk amongst us. Oh yeah. And witches too. And warlocks. And necromancers. Yeah. There's a whole lot going on. I keep telling y'all, your two eyes tell lies. There's so much going on that we don't even see. There could be somebody sitting next to you right now and you wouldn't even know it, from a whole nother dimension. You wouldn't even know it. Anywho, that's a whole nother conversation. Sit still, guys. Especially if you feel like your life is falling apart. And you know what your life is falling apart. That's when everything from all four corners is going haywire.